What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with another Tales of the Rays video. So, as per usual, following the PV, the following morning we get the producer's letter, so we're going to go over everything there is here. There really isn't a ton. It's a pretty quick producer's letter, but maybe I haven't actually read it myself yet, so we'll both be reading it for the first time together. The only thing I saw was people posting, the actual order of everything, and it's pretty much what I expected, what I said during yesterday's video. But let's go over everything. So, I hope you're enjoying the Carrero collaboration. I need to remember not to scroll over because then it just highlights stuff. I am writing this notice on 7/10. Oh, so they literally wrote this before. I always wonder, like, how far in advance they write the producer's letter, but it seems like they always write it, like, just one day before. So that's interesting. Today marks the 25th anniversary of Sergeant Carrero's birth. Okay, cool. Official history says it was the day the one-shot was published. Okay. Tales of Series is a title with a long history, marking its 28th anniversary this year. Yep, we have 2 more years until the 30th anniversary, so hopefully Tales has something big for us then. Alright, collaborating with Vesperia, Tales Studio has been involved with Carrero RPG, Sergeant Carrero, who has some connection with Tales of. The collaboration is almost over. I didn't know Sergeant Carrero, for those who say unique sergeants. I would appreciate if you could, just enjoy the event. Alright, so future updates and July delivery schedule. So let's take a look. Addition of party strengthening re-lottery function during recollection. It's kind of weird how it works. Like, it's just like kind of random. Like, whatever character you're using, you'll have a random piece of that character's gear you'll be able to kind of like buff up in recollection, but I don't think it's the worst. Okay, refurbishment of spirit attire, timing undecided, under consideration. So we still don't know. I wish they would kind of explain at least a little bit what they're thinking about it, because they've been saying about kind of redoing how the Spirit Gear events work for like a year and a half now. I wish they would at least like kind of give us an idea as to like what this means. But maybe there's something further in. Well, let's see. Doesn't look like there's anything further in here, so guess we're just gonna have to wait on that. Because it was kind of okay what they did last month with they had that Spirit Gear event where you're able to get like a handful of shards for a bunch of characters. That definitely helped me catch up quite a bit. Like I mentioned before, for Spirit Gears, I pretty much start from the oldest release Spirit Gears and I work my way down. So right now I am just about done with the Douse, Barbados, and Gaius one. I have Douse and Gaius finished, and I'm at like 530 shards with Barbados, so I just need like 70 more, which is probably like another like 2 weeks of farming, and then I'll be able to move on to Jude, Milla, and Leia, which from Jude, Milla, and Leia onwards, I pretty much have all Spirit Gears up to level 4. There are a couple I still have at level 3, but most of them are at least at level 4, which means this will go a lot faster than some of the earlier ones. So at this rate, by the time they actually do whatever they're going to do here, I might be close to finishing up with all the Spirit Gears that are in the game, because we haven't had a Spirit Gear event, I think, at all this year, and if it was this year, it was like very early this year, so it's been quite a while since we've gotten a Spirit Gear. But I understand they mentioned that the reasoning for it is because they've been focusing on recollection so much, so I kind of get it. Before we talk about future updates, during recollection entered in 630. Okay, so let's see. Compared to normal raised battle, while the camera is close and powerful, the situation... Yeah, sometimes the camera is hard to see kind of like what's going on. So they added some functions so you can mess with the camera a bit. That's cool. Now let's talk about the content of the upcoming update. Okay, party enhancement during recollection. Okay, so it just has to do with them working on how enhancement works in recollection. Okay. July delivery schedule, advance notice. So this is everything here. This is not the order, by the way. Like, this is not where, it's just placed like this, because this is how it appeared in the PV. Like, they showed this first, then Crestoria, and then they showed Vesperia last. Okay, so first event's going to be Crestoria 3rd Anniversary Seasonal Event. Vicious and Aegis will be added, and Conduct and Mizella getting seasonal Mirror Darts mid-July. So that's going to be an event that starts this Friday. Happy 3rd Anniversary to Crestoria. Vicious, who showed off beautiful abs on Twitter, yeah, when they did that preview, is participating. Moreover, Knight Commander Aegis of the Kingdom of... I forget what it's actually called, but I don't think it's Midas Meager. But yeah. Also participates. It's the 3rd anniversary. We had 2 people participate at once. Yep, it's pretty much what I figured. They were after a few months had gone by. After Conant and Mizella, I figured it was just going to be like an every year thing. So that means a year from now, we'll get Yuna and Orwin. So for the 4th anniversary, it's how they stretch it out, because there's, as you have seen with Tales of Link, there's only so much content they do before they just kind of stop giving stuff to those characters altogether, besides like maybe giving them new 5 stars. I still would love for like the Link characters specifically to get like Spirit Gears or something. But obviously the last like 2 years, Tales of Link, besides 5 stars, really hasn't gotten... I don't even think they got anything new this year. I think they just reran the banners. And then last year they got new 5 stars, and that was it. So, I mean, I hope they do something with Link again, because I would like to get some more new stuff for Tales of Link, but I guess we'll have to see if they do anything. But that's why they're really taking their time with Crestoria, because even less than Tales of Link, Crestoria, and of course, they're not going to follow the manga stuff in the mobile game, because they're being exoflected from the game, not from... That's why Conant and Mizella recognize some of the Tales characters, is because they're from that world, not from the manga world. But that's why they're taking their time, because after a certain point, there's not going to be much they can do. Now, what I hope they do is, maybe once the manga starts getting into the whole, their, like, sin forms, you know, that for the 1st anniversary we had, or no, it wasn't the 1st anniversary, it was like the 1.5, right? Where they did, Kanata, Vicious, and Mizella having their special sin forms. Hopefully the manga will give forms to Yuna, Orwin, and Aegis, and then maybe then they can take those and put them into this game, even though it is from the manga and kind of going against what I just said. But that would be a good way to give them like overrays or something, because I think like that would be good, overrays or decisive mirror darts for them. But I guess we'll see. Yep. Character custom costumes. So, by the way, in the producer's letter, they only mention that Kanata and Mizella are having costumes. But I assume, because anytime a new character gets added to Raise, they get a costume with them, like an alternate costume when you pull their mirror dart. So I assume that Aegis and Vicious will have pirate costumes as well. I just think they're not focusing on it here, because those costumes aren't specific for the mirror dart itself. But we'll see. All right, so that'll be the first event. Raid Collection Update D Group first. Edna, Aiza, and Alphen and Shion's Origin Mirror Dart. This is D Groups. Yeah, so Zillia, Zillia 2, Zestiria, Berseria, Rise. 5 works are added. 20 works originally planned for this update. It will be in the form of implementing the beginning part of all stories. Okay, yeah, the origin of all characters. Origin Magic Mirror this time is Edna from Zestiria, Aiza from Berseria, and Alphen and Shion from Arise. Total of 4 new Origin Mirror Darts and Rarity 0 are now available. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of weapons they give to everybody. But yeah. So, Tales of Vesperia 15th Anniversary, Raise Festival Summer. I like that they're kind of doing this, because normally it's kind of been like a certain theme. It's kind of been random characters. But this is kind of cool that, you know, even though it's Vesperia again, I know a lot of people get tired when Vesperia gets so much love, even though it, realistically, as a whole, is probably the most popular title in the series. I would say, I mean, I guess you could argue it, but based on the amount of characters and the amount of mirror darts Vesperia gets, it is the most favored, at least by the devs. So Yuri and Rapide, crossover mirror jar, Rita and Estelle, and then Judith and Raven. So those are going to be the 3 duos. If you're a Vesperia fan and you mainly summon on that, like, this is going to be a great banner to summon on, because as opposed to most race festivals, this is actually just going to focus on one game, as opposed to being like a duo from either 3 different games, or each duo being 2 characters from different games. Happy 15th anniversary to Vesperia. We'll hold a race festival to commemorate. Summer version, so everyone's crossover. Yep, Mirror Jar in a swimsuit. So that's the other cool thing. All 6 of these characters are going to have new costumes. So that's going to be really cool. Because a lot of previous, like, normal crossover Mirror Jarts didn't have costumes. They didn't come with anything extra besides, like, the Mirror Jar itself. So this is pretty cool. Yeah, there's no such Mirror Jar for classification. Yeah, crossover seasonal magic mirror. Like, they're not, like, it's not an actual, it's still just a crossover Mirror Jar, but it's a seasonal version. But there's no classification for this specific kind. Swimsuit designs currently being implemented at the Rays. We have prepared a design that does, okay. Rita's and Judith's are completely new designs. Yeah, a lot of the other ones are old ones, so that does tell us quite a bit. So that tells me the one from Rapides that we can't really see is probably an old costume from something. I don't ever really recall a summer Rapide outfit, but I guess we'll see. And of course, they'll have the 10... they say 10 consecutive events. They mean the 10 consecutive summons. You get a free multi. So it'll have old crossover Mirror Jarts on a banner, and you'll have a chance to get some of those. This is an announcement of management policy. After implementing Recollection with the intention of securing time to play Recollection, we are planning to hold 2 events per month, but in July, the succession of traditions reached its end for a week. I roughly understood the play performance of Recollection. After all, the event pace of twice a month is not enough. Yeah, there's not enough to do. Like, you get 2 events and then Recollection stages. Like, it's still, you know, kind of slow. From August onwards, we're going back to the usual 3-month event pace. The Recollection update is the same as before. Rest assured, we'll basically update once a month. So that's cool. So that means they're doing more. And hopefully we can move back into Spirit Gears at some point relatively soon, because there are a lot of characters I would still like to see get Spirit Gears. And there's a lot of games that still only have 1 Spirit Gear character. Berseria is still just Velvet. Tempest is still just Caius. And then there's pretty much all the other games, except for a handful, only have like maybe 2 or 3 at most. So it would be nice to have that. But yeah, so that's it for the Producers Are. Very exciting stuff. So I will have a summon video out on Friday the 15th for the Crestoria banner. After all the farming and login bonuses, I have enough for like 8 multis right now. I might be able to get up to 9. So hopefully, at the very least, I can at least pull Vicious and Aegis's Mirror Chart. I, of course, do want the seasonals as well. But this will actually be a nice banner because they're not going to add any other characters out of Crestoria into this. So it's going to be 6 Mirror Jarts total on the banner. So it'll be Kanata Mizel's normal ones, their seasonals, and then the normal ones for Vicious and Aegis. Which, all 6 of them, I'd be happy to accept more of, because for Kanata and Mizella, I only ever pulled, I believe, their Mirror Jart each one time. So I'd be very happy to get more of that. But of course, Kanata and Mizella will get new 5 stars as well. So that'll be something I want to pull as well. Well, they should get 2nd and 3rd ones, I assume. So there's going to be a number of new 5 stars for everybody. But yeah, so that's going to be it, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to subscribe more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.